To Drawing with the Blakleys. I'm your most hairy Blakely, Dad.
And I'm Hannah.
You're not gonna argue that you're the most hairy Blakely?
No.
You have the longest hair. Hey Hannah, who are you drawing?
Huggy.
That's right, but this is a special Huggy. This is the YouTooz version of Huggy. YouTooz.
YouTooz?
Yeah, they're like, yeah, anyway. People at home know what they are. Yeah, I did this as just a drawing video, a short, and people seem to like it, so I thought, let's do this as a drawing,
Video.
show you how to do it type video, and so that's what we're doing today. Hey, don't forget, like, subscribe, really trying to hit 50K here,
And
getting
then
close.
he's not gonna have any eyebrows, hair, or a mustache or beard.
Well, as it stands, we only have like a day,
A day.
and we're not there, so I don't think we're gonna quite make it, but it still would be nice to get there. So, like, subscribe, do all the things. Thank you so much. All right, are you ready, hon?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna start by drawing his eyes. Yeah, I saw this version of Huggy, and I thought, that's fun. Now, you might notice his eyes are at an angle because his head is tilted. So if you make them, just keep that in mind. If you make them more like level to each other, then you're gonna have to adjust some of that stuff that we do. It's probably just easier to do what we do if you can. Very small whites of his eyes here. You can see the pupils are rather large. And then the whites are quite small. And it's staring directly into my eyes. I'm not gonna say any creepy way, but I'm not gonna not say that. Alright, let's do it like this. Let's go. We're gonna do Huggy's mouth here. So do the top line of his lip there. And bottom line there. Again, if you're not doing this tilted, this is gonna look strange.
And mine tilted.
And I'm going to do the top inside of the lip so that I have something to make these teeth come off of. And then after a certain point, at their center, they start to curve the opposite direction. See, these are all kind of curved slightly this way. And these are going to be even more slightly curved the other way, or more clearly curved, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And then the last one kind of going whoop. The reason that you want to do this before you do the bottom is that these are actually going to extend past the bottom lip in a few spots. So some of these are kind of close together here. Because the teeth don't really overlap each other, it's okay to go from the side. Whereas if they were overlapping, we would want to start from the center like we done on the top row. Really, it doesn't matter here because nothing is overlapping.
Yeah, let's keep going.
That's fine. Friends, if you mess up, I would encourage you to keep going rather than just starting over. There is definitely something to be said for trying to work any mistakes that you made into your drawing. It's what the professional artists do a lot of times. And it can actually make something that you're making more interesting if you do it that way. If rather than just giving up on it because it doesn't look exactly how your reference image looks or how you thought it was going to look, if you just keep going with it. Sometimes end up with something even more interesting. Alright, we got Huggy's eyes and mouth. I'm gonna add just a couple little kind of hair spikes there, you might say. And then I think I might even do it this way. I'm gonna start from where his jaw kind of comes out from under his lip and start adding it this way. This is just a little bit awkward though, at least for me, because it's kind of the opposite of the way I usually do things. My hand ends up covering, but it just is for me, it's probably the best way to do this. So I'm just gonna try and remember to frequently move my hand out of the way so you guys can keep up with me. This little guy back here too. Just a little line to kind of indicate where a shadow might be. Then it kind of goes into a separate, yeah, you're doing fine, honey. It goes into like a separate thing here where there's some lines, some chunks below as well as some chunks above of fur. Oops. Extended that one a little too far. That's okay. You know, with a lot of these things, as long as you have the general line, they don't have to be precise. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. So I'm going to keep going around the horn here. I do, yes. Keep going. I want to bring it more up this way too. Awesome, awesome. This one might be more tricky than it initially looked for some, but that's okay. Again, don't give up. It's just an opportunity to continue developing your skills. So that's his whole head. I think next I'm gonna do his left arm, which should be on the right side of our drawing. And since it comes out from his jaw right here, I'm just gonna do that. Some chunks of fur going this way. Pretty foreshortened. Partially it is being obscured by Huggy's head, but also it is kind of more or less coming straight at us as the viewer, so we gotta do a little foreshortening here. There you go. Do Huggy's hands here. There's one of them. Lovely. Now come down here and do his arm. He's got a little bit of fur here. Now I'm not going to go any further down there because his hand is in front of all this, so I'm going to go ahead and draw that next. So thumb into his palm. Fingers. Pick that up. And then you can see a little bit of fur down here. And I can finish off the fur up here. And then, let's see. Arm comes back in here. Again, his hand is blocking a lot of our view of other things happening. And then we're gonna go ahead and do his leg. So we got leg coming forward, bent at the knee, going back, and go forward again, kind of like an animal's leg. And let's do some toes here. Let's go like a... some chunks of fur in here. Not the boots with the fur. You get that reference? I don't know. Maybe you're old. There we go. And we might as well do a little bit of the torso here now since we're getting into that territory. Get some fur.
Fixing my mistakes.
Good.
I did it up here, but then down here I made it like that.
Okay. We got his little bow that's tied around his neck. Part of it is going to be obscured by his head coming down. That's okay though. Look at that, we're getting close. Can I add one thing to yours?
Yeah. Because I have to pick up my costumes at 3 o'clock.
Don't worry, honey, I got you.
Okay.
Alright, let's do his leg here. Forward, back, forward. And let's do his foot. Looks like a primate. He's almost got like primate hands for feet. Let's see where else. Kind of going around now and adding in little chunks of fur that I may have missed last time around. Yay! Well, so we made it to the stage, Hannah Jane. Must mean it's time to color. Let's do it. Friends, there you have it. One Huggy Wuggy YouTooz style. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If not, well then I imagine you're probably not still watching. If you are still watching and didn't enjoy it, comment below and tell us what your deal is.
Please subscribe.
Please
I want him to be bald.
It will be tough at this point, but we'll see if we get there. Tuesday is the deadline. So, yeah, just a couple days away.
Today's Saturday.
I know.
So
But it won't be Saturday when they watch this. It'll be probably Sunday, Monday. Who knows when. Anyway, until next time, friends. Goodbye.
Bye.